every time it's Monday, I start the week with the best intentions, a lot of motivation, and I want to tackle everything that I can on the first day. And then I have to calm down and realize that that is not possible. So I'm gonna take all those tasks that I want to complete and just distribute them during the week. But one thing I know for sure, and that is that I want to tackle quite a few things this week. There's a few small tasks that I've pushed to the back of my to-do list. They're kind of all melting together into this huge task that is impossible. So I want to go back, break it down, and just try to do everything. That's the problem with the to-do lists. They are great, but when you start adding tasks as they come, and then you look back at the list and the list has 50 tasks, it becomes overwhelming, and at least for me. And then I just have to stand back and not look at the list anymore. I want to work a little bit more on new products for the shop, and I have been telling that I want to take some of the landscapes that I already painted for Druides, add some sort of a decorated frame around them, and print them as if they are frames, pictures that you have on the wall, sort of maybe these size more or less. Maybe some of them will be smaller, some of them will be a little bit bigger, some of them they have a vertical format, some have a landscape format, and all I need to do is basically to design a couple of different frames and just do a test print, because the landscapes are already done, and I want to restrain myself from working on the landscapes themselves, because I think some of the ones that I already have are perfect. I need to keep working on the design for the packaging of the coin stickers. The stickers themselves are already perfect. I already did the test prints, you already saw them, so I like those. So those are two tasks that I need to work on. And since I wanted to draw a little bit more this week, and I have more free time compared to last week where I was busy with the feedback sessions with the school, I think I can do it. Also, doing the live streams, I might switch things up a little bit, because the other big task for the week is to work on the next Druides video, which will be about the Church of Bright. And I was actually this morning just checking all the concepts that I have for the church. I have a ton. It's just that a few of them, they need to be completed, and they just need maybe a little bit of grayscale, some line art that needs to be cleaned. So there's many small things that prevent the pieces to be considered finished. So I might use the time during the live streams and just tackle all of those little small things, because the live streams usually run for 3 hours, and I'm very concentrated, very focused during those hours. So I think it's a great idea to just take all of those and just try to clean the line art, add maybe some quick colors. There's also a concept of the church, the main church building, that I just want to add some line art to the background and some of the foreground to integrate the building a little bit better. And I don't want to get too crazy about it. It just needs a few more elements. So all of those things, I think I'm going to compile them into a small list and tackle them during the live streams. I think it's a great way to use my time. For the Church of Bright video, I also need to write the script, and that I'm going to do probably during maybe some of the evenings, some moments where I feel inspired. I already told you guys in a few vlogs that the writing part is the one that for me it's a little bit more difficult. So yeah, that's the plan. I am sure more things will be added to the infamous to-do list, but I want to tackle these ones first. So yeah, it's 11 a.m. I already did all the admin that I had to do, so now it's time to draw. I did some test printing for these new sticker designs, and this one over here, this page is straight up with the colors that are on the Photoshop file without making any corrections. And this one over here is actually looking so much better, and this was with just a little bit of vibrance and saturation up, and a little bit more contrast between the shadows and the lights, and I think this one is looking so much better. So I think now I'm going to try and actually print it on the sticker vinyl paper, because this one is just like plain paper, just a little bit more thicker, and I really want to see it on the vinyl, so let's try it. On the vinyl paper, they are looking exactly how I see them in the monitor on the screen. The colors are so vibrant without being like too much. This one is a little bit saturated, but the image, like the original painting, it has very like strong colors, so I don't mind that, and I really like how the frames turned out. I was thinking of maybe giving the same frame to all of them, but in the end I really like the idea of designing a different frame for each of these. These will be stickers, so I print them like this big now just to see the quality of it, but probably they will end up being maybe half the size, a little bit smaller. I don't mind big stickers, but I don't think they are super practical. Like, you not always have maybe like a big sketchbook or a big surface on which you want to stick them. So I think probably half the size, or even just 2/3 of this size could be like good and could be a little bit better. So yeah, I am really happy of how these turned out. I think they will make some really nice stickers. What do you think of this size? I think this one is very good. It's still like a hefty sticker, and you can still see the details in the painting, but it's not like massive. I think this is a good size. And this is like 3/4 of the size of the first test print, that one. So it could still be a little bit smaller, even though, guys, I don't know, I'm really vibing with with this size. I think I'm going to cut them tomorrow morning so we can see them. I find it's always a good idea to cut them to the final shape to actually decide if they look good in this size or not. Also, I will try to leave a little white border, or even like try and cut as close as possible to the frame. This is going to be a little bit tricky. I need to buy one of those X-Acto knives that are like very precise. I need to add it to the things that I need for the shop. But yeah, I'm very happy with this one. I cannot wait to cut it and to like actually apply it on my iPad. Yay! So happy. I couldn't wait to add more products to the shop, and I really like how these turned out. It was an idea that I had for months, and seeing it finally done, I think it really brings justice to these sketches that I did years ago. Like, these two were some of the very first environment sketches that I did for Druides, so they, I don't know, they have like even sentimental value for me. So so excited. Hello guys, I just had my Tuesday live stream, and in this live stream I decided to tackle the concepts for the Church of Bright, especially the ones that I already did, actually all of them I did them during live stream in the past, and these concepts in particular, they just needed a few more details to be considered completed. So I wanted to tackle as many as possible today, so then I can use them for the Church of Bright video. And I was able to finish these scenes that I designed during a live stream, I think back in March, and I really like how they turned out. They just needed some cleaning in some parts, and these two, they needed to have the grayscale to read the scene a little bit better. I added a little bit of a background to this piece. This is the design of the main building of the church, which is basically their cathedral, which is in the capital of the realm of Fewin. This is the concept that I had. I really like it. I just wanted to integrate it a little bit more and adding some elements to the background and just leaving them as line art, so as a sketch, because I still want the church to be the main focus of the scene. This way it makes it a little bit more interesting and it makes you understand how massive this building is. So I worked on those things today. I definitely will need to work on a couple more concepts. I need to do a few more characters, and I want to do that after writing the script, especially because I want to figure out the ranks of the church a little bit better, so then I can assign a sort of like a clothing to each rank. Sorry, my voice is going today. So the idea is to have a few more character concepts to illustrate a little bit better the different ranks and the hierarchy inside the church. Today I also did a few more tests for the landscape stickers, and I'm gonna show you the result. I tweaked a little bit the colors of some of the frames because my partner suggested that they were maybe a little bit too overpowering, and I think he was definitely right, and the result now is so much better. I've also cut these small size stickers. I think I prefer them without the white border, but yeah, you will let me know which one of these you prefer. These ones, they still have the old frame colors, so I am definitely going to try and do a print test tomorrow with the correct size and the new color frame. Overall, a very productive day, so I'm very satisfied. Been working on the packaging design for the coin stickers. What this is the design for the card that is like folded in half and then stapled on top of the transparent bag in which you will have the coin stickers. I put together a few references to inspire me, and mainly I was looking at documents from the medieval times. Of course, like the majority are from like the 15 and 1600s, but they are still perfect as an inspiration for, you know, not only the decorative borders, but also the general design. And I mainly was looking at banknotes and other like documents related to banks and to money in general. I've been also using a guide as an inspiration for the calligraphy. One thing that I noticed that I really liked is the fact that there wasn't just one font used in one single document. They always used many different ones, and I really like that. So I wanted to implement that in the design. I need to design the back, but the back will probably be a little bit more simple. It shouldn't take too long to design that, especially now that I have the final design for the front. Well, final, I think I want to do something. I want to add a little bit of brush strokes to simulate that this is like some kind of like old paper that's been a little bit damaged. Once I have the back done, I'm going to do some test prints. And speaking about prints, let me show you. I've printed a few more tests for the landscape stickers. The frames now are a little bit less saturated, and I think they work really, really well with the designs. I honestly cannot wait to actually have some ready with the laminate as well, and I will probably add some on my iPad and on my sketchbook as well. I really like when you make a product and you're really excited about it, and I cannot wait to put these up on my Etsy shop. I feel that I've been avoiding the main task that I have for this week, which is starting the script for the Church of Bright video. I think to help myself in tackling this task, I am going to give myself a set time. Let's say like half an hour. It's 3:30 p.m. now. So from now to 4 p.m. I am going to write. This always happens to me. I struggle so much to start with writing, and then when I start and it's actually like a good day and I have sort of like a clear idea of what do I want to say in what I'm writing, I then like cannot stop. And I said that I would have been writing for maybe like half an hour and see how it went. It's been like 2 hours now. I wrote quite a bit. I have like 2 full pages and a half. I just have to add another part that needs some previous research, and that's regarding the rituals that maybe the church has. I need to like gather some information about maybe other religions, because I'm not an expert, I'm not a religious person, and yeah, so I need a few ideas to take inspiration from. But in general, the Church of Bright has a very like calm and non-violent facade, and of course it has its mysteries and its like dark practices, but they are done in secret. So yeah, in the end, the afternoon was mainly spent on writing, and I am very happy about that. I really needed to do this. I'm very happy that I was able to break this procrastination cycle. Hello guys, I just had my live stream, and actually I was having such a great time because the chat had so many good questions and we were chatting about very nice and interesting topics. So I went on for a little bit extra time. In fact, it's 6:42. I had a great time. I was able to complete the background for the church building concept. This was the effect that I wanted. I will probably change the gray of the background to a desaturated beige, something a little bit warmer. I think it will look better with the building itself. I also just started on some character concepts to represent 2 of the lowest ranks of the church, because I need those concepts for the video. I just managed to put down a few ideas, very, very rough sketches, so I will probably keep working on those tomorrow, as I really would love to have some visual aid for those characters. I already have a lot of concepts, so I will probably in the weekend start putting down the visual part of the video for the Church of Bright. This morning I've been working a little bit more on the design for the packaging of the coin stickers. So let me just I realized that I wrote the coins of Louvain, but Louvain is the capital city. I needed to write down the name of the realm, because those are the coins of the realm. So I changed that and I started working on the the back side. I put down what I wanted to have there in writing, and I just needed to clean it and give it a nice font. So yeah, the back will be kept really simple. The next step is to do a few test prints to see if the writing is too small, is it easy to read, all the elements, do they need to be smaller, just to see if it looks good. I really like how the front looks, honestly. I'm really happy about this, and I think, I don't know, it really suits the general vibe. I have been editing all day today, and I think this schedule of doing all the creative work at the beginning of the week, when I feel more motivated and I have more energies, is really working well for me. So then on Fridays, usually I don't have a lot of creative energies left. So doing something very mechanical like editing on Fridays, it's really working well for me. That also leaves me some more free time during the weekend, so I can do some extra creative work, also some work in the house, leaving the house as well sometimes. I don't do that often, I have to admit. I'm always here, but that's something that people do, right? Like go outside. Scary. So I am here to thank you guys. Thank you for your support on these studio vlogs that are always all over the place. I think this week it was very drawing and creating, kind of like a focused vlog, and that was my intention. Since last week it was mostly me yapping. Yeah, so I am really happy that this week I was able to do some, more practical work. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already, and also follow me on my socials to keep updated from whenever I drop new products in the shop, or, whatever I'm doing behind the scenes. You can find all the links in the description. Also, leave a like to this video if you liked it, because that really helps. I am really excited about the Church of Bright video. I cannot already wait to share it with you and hear your thoughts about it. So I think that is everything for this video. I am going to keep editing for a little bit more, and I guess I will see you in the next video.